We are on the Costa Brava, in the town of Lloret de Mar. My name is Marina, you're watching Damlex Realty, and here we go. I suggest we start our tour in the garden because a garden like this deserves special attention. Besides, knowing our hot climate, having a garden like this is both a huge luxury and a lot of hard work. The owners take care of it themselves. When I first saw this house and garden, I couldn't believe that just two people could maintain something so beautiful in such pristine condition. The plot is just over 900 square meters and is mostly flat. This is the only slope we have right here. Then we move on to a flat area where the pool is located. From here you can see the sea. Even though we're on the lowest level, the sea view is still there. We're at the foot of a mountain with the Roca Grossa neighborhood behind us. Of course, the houses higher up have breathtaking panoramic views. Here I like to call it a soft sea view. It doesn't overwhelm you, but it's definitely there. We trade the panoramic view for other comforts, like a flat plot. On a mountain, the higher you go, the steeper the slope. But look at this beauty. If you have children or grandkids, or if you simply don't want to be running up and down stairs all day, this is the house for you. Let's take a walk and look closer at the garden. The first thing that strikes you is the abundance of flowers. Not just any flowers, roses. It feels like every type and color of rose is represented here. Look, there are bush roses over there. These don't have a scent, but the ones at the entrance were incredibly fragrant. Here we have citrus trees, oranges. That's a magnolia, an olive tree. And what's this? Either mandarins or a young orange tree. More roses by us, and look at this beauty. I think the ladies watching will really appreciate this. Every bush, every rose, they're all different. I have no idea how many varieties are collected here, and look how clean it is. Not a single weed in sight. Again, just two people managing all of this. Lemons, yes, a lemon tree. We've reached the edge of the plot. It's a corner lot, so neighbors are only on one side of the house. This whole part of the garden has no neighbors looking in. They are across the road, which is a big advantage. If you follow this road down, you'll hit the Costa Brava supermarket, and from there, it's just a 5-minute walk to the Lloret de Mar promenade. We are very close to the city center and all the infrastructure. Even though Lloret de Mar is the tourist capital of the Costa Brava, we are in a very quiet residential area. I was chatting with the owner earlier, and she told me that nobody here does short-term holiday rentals. For instance, this house doesn't even have a tourist license. This whole micro-district is for living. People live here year-round, which is a plus. You don't feel isolated, and there are always neighbors around if you need help. The roads are flat and wide, and the surrounding buildings are very well kept. Just look at the neighboring houses. No abandoned properties here. Everything is very decent and dignified. It's a quiet, steady pace of life. If you didn't know Lloret de Mar was just 15 minutes away, you'd never believe you were in this city. It's peaceful and calm here all year round. We won't go down these stairs. That's just where the pool equipment is kept. I think that will only be interesting to the person who actually comes to buy the house and wants to check every technical detail. I can't get over these roses. Look at the yellows, the oranges. Look how beautiful this one is. And these, I was here a week ago and there were even more. Some are starting to fade now, but believe me, the bloom on this plot was spectacular. Just look at these beauties. They are past their peak now and losing a bit of color, but still gorgeous. Look at this, a nectarine tree. I missed it. It's almost ready to eat. And for those who want something more exotic, I almost forgot any botanists out there. If not, I'll tell you, this is an avocado tree. Look at those avocados. The owner says they had a record harvest last year. It fruits very well, maybe because of the heat. They aren't huge like in tropical countries, but they're a standard supermarket size. So, you have your own avocados. You can basically provide fruit for your whole family here. Besides fruit, kitchen gardening is very trendy right now. David Beckham has a farm where he grows vegetables, onions, and garlic. And we have a vegetable patch right here. Today is May 29th, and look at these cucumbers. Every gardener would be jealous. We also have cherries, tomatoes, strawberries, pumpkin, or maybe melon, peppers. See how they're planted? Some will ripen early, others are younger. You can have your own tomatoes right up until winter. Another orange tree, a pear tree, the fruit is already filling out. There's an apricot tree. These are late tomatoes. They'll be ready just in time for Christmas. What's this? Watermelon. I always mix them up. It's either pumpkin or melon. Let me know in the comments. We have mandarins too, and all of this is framed by roses. Look how much is packed into this flat plot. Absolutely stunning. This lilac one is so pretty. I should remind you that you'll never find a mature lush garden like this with a new build. I hear it all the time. People want a brand new house, but with a garden like this. It's impossible. This garden was created by the owners. They built this house themselves and have been the only owners for over 20 years. They did everything from scratch. If you want a new house, you have to build the garden and wait for it to grow. If you can't wait and the garden is a priority, then you look for a resale property and just renovate it to your taste. My friends, there is something here that in 22 years of work, I swear, I have never seen. Close your eyes. Now look, orchids. I never knew there was a variety of orchids, specifically this one, that thrives in our Mediterranean climate outdoors, not in a pot on a windowsill, but right here in the garden. India's, these orchids are everywhere. Look at this bush on the terrace. The owner told me they're very easy to propagate. You just take a small cutting and replant it. They handle our Spanish winters perfectly without needing to be moved inside. A tropical flower blooming outside, how beautiful is that? This is the first house where I've seen live orchids in the garden, but before we go inside, look at this terrace. Now everything is so well integrated. The owners built this for themselves and they thought of everything. The terrace leads to the exit with 0 stairs. Why do I keep mentioning stairs? Because in 22 years of real estate, I've seen that the main reason older people sell their beloved homes is because of stairs. If a house was built with too many levels, it becomes difficult in later years. People sell with a heavy heart because they've lived there their whole lives. To enjoy our homes as long as possible, we have to consider this factor. It seems minor when we're young and healthy, but it becomes critical later on. In this house, from the moment you enter the plot, there isn't a single step. The ground floor is completely flat. The terrace features a barbecue and a covered dining area, so you can be out here in any weather, protected from the sun in summer and rain in winter. There are only 2 small sets of stairs, 6 steps down to the vegetable garden and about 7 down to the pool. That's it. The garage entrance is also very convenient, no steep ramps or slopes. If you live here full-time, you can leave the car in front of the house or pull it into the parking area. Everything is on one level. Now, friends, let's go inside. People live here permanently, so you'll see personal items. It might not be in showroom orders, so please be respectful. The owners were kind enough to let us in. At the entrance, we have a compact hallway. If you want a more modern look, these aren't load-bearing walls. You could open it up so you walk straight into the living room. Here we are in the living dining area. It's compact and well zoned, a fireplace area and a TV area. Remember the terrace I showed you? You can walk straight out from here. And yes, there is a sea view for those who want it. Notice how quiet it is. It's a work day and the city is already packed with tourists, but here it's wonderful. If you want more space, you can knock down these walls to open up the dining area. Or here's another option. This kitchen is hardly used. There's a sofa, a table, and terrace access, but the owners told me they don't really use it. You might ask, then where do they cook? Let me show you. If the new owner doesn't need this kitchen, you could remove the wall and expand the dining zone. They actually cook right here. There's natural gas heating, which is very practical for cooking. This is a sort of summer kitchen because life here revolves around the terrace. This used to be a covered porch, but it turned into the daily kitchen. The main kitchen in the original plans is now unused. But look at this professional gas stove. They chose to cook here because it's away from the living room, has large fridges, and a great extractor fan. Plus, the big windows provide instant ventilation, perfect for when you're cooking lots of local seafood and fish. I mentioned the garage, but I haven't shown it to you. I'll show it from this side so you can see the layout. It's small but fits a normal-sized car and a motorcycle, plus there's storage. The best part, you go straight from the garage into the kitchen. It's incredibly convenient. A house should be easy to live in. When you don't have to run across the whole house with groceries, it's great. And if you have elderly relatives or guests, there's a bedroom with a bathroom on this ground floor. The bathroom also serves as a guest toilet. So on this level, we have a bedroom, a full bathroom, the living room, 2 kitchens, and easy garage access. Let's head upstairs. We are on the 2nd floor, which is dedicated to bedrooms. Here's a bathroom with a tub. This one is for the children. In Spain, bathtubs were often installed specifically in kids' bathrooms. The sea view from up here is even better. You can see the horizon. The houses opposite block it slightly, but it's definitely there. You certainly couldn't call this a house without a view. And remember, a 15-minute walk and you're on the beach. Another bedroom. This one is also set up for a child and has a sea view. If you wanted, you could knock down a wall to combine rooms and make one massive suite. There are 5 bedrooms in total. If you don't need 5, you can reconfigure them. Here's another room that could be an office or a dressing room. If you have a smaller family, you can give everything its own place: work, sleep, and relaxation. Now, for the master bedroom. The master bedroom has its own ensuite. I'm just looking at these vintage items. They probably don't even sell some of these perfumes anymore. This Trésor bottle looks like a discontinued edition. The master bath also has a tub. In this house, the adults get to enjoy a bath too. The bedroom opens onto a terrace. From here, you can really see the view. It's beautiful. And those orchids again, they really bring the place to life. I want to emphasize the silence one more time. This is Lloret de Mar. I always say it's a city of contrasts. Don't judge it just by visiting the center during the peak tourist season. That gives a false impression. The center is a 15-minute walk away, but here the view is lovely. Let's summarize. Who is this house for? First, a family with children who wants to be near Barcelona. Why is Lloret de Mar a top choice for foreigners despite the criticism? It's simple. Via the C32 highway, you can reach central Barcelona, Passeig de Gràcia, in 45 minutes if there's no traffic. An hour at most. That's why people who want access to Barcelona's culture and sports choose Lloret. You get the privilege of the cleanest sea and the best beaches on the Costa Brava, but you're always close to the big city. Plus 30 minutes to Girona and about an hour and 15 to France. It's perfectly located. It's a solid, well-built house, not modern in style, but high quality with no dampness or humidity. It will last for many years. A quick 2 or 3 month renovation could turn this into a stunning modern home with a sea view, walking distance to the beach, and an hour from Barcelona. And how much for all of this? 975,000 euros. All the technical details are in the link in the description. For world travelers, remember, Girona Airport is just 25 minutes away, connecting you to all of Europe. It's not as big as Barcelona Airport, but for major cities like Brussels, Paris, or London, it's incredibly convenient. You don't always have to go to Barcelona. This is a perk of the whole Costa Brava. So if you're thinking about where to buy in Spain, don't overlook this area. I think you'll love it here. For now, I'll say goodbye. I'm Marina, and you're watching Damlex Realty. If you have questions, write to us. We can do a viewing in any format, online or offline. If you need a consultation on finding property on the Costa Brava or in Barcelona, you know who to call. And if you have friends looking for a home like this, share this video with them. Don't forget to hit the bell, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.